All right, hi parents. I wanted to go over homework procedures with you so that you can understand what I'm looking for and the level of expectations for kindergarten homework. Okay. One of the things that we stress is muscles in our hands. And so, if you've ever seen your child's hands, you can see that their muscle definition is lacking. And how we can tell if it's lacking is by their control of their crayons and their pencil. And so that's one of the things that we work on. And it's also just to create healthy homework habits. I try not to overburden the children with homework, but having that expectation, they like it, they look forward to it, and then it's just some special time that you can spend with your child. If it becomes difficult, let me know, okay? Because I will work with you, but you have to, set some things up. You need to have sharpened pencils with erasers, okay? We don't do our homework with highlighters or pens. You also need crayons at home. I really want crayons to be used, not markers, because the crayons work those muscles that I was talking about. So each week, the homework, it's a little bit different. So it's the same, but it's a little bit different. So I put the due date, which is usually the last day of the week. So if the last day is a Thursday, it'll be a Thursday date. If it's a Friday, it's a Friday date. If you anticipate not being here, like you're going on vacation or something like that, please send it in early. And the reason why is because the homework will come in a packet like this, a poly envelope, but inside there are some books that we've included. Okay, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But we switch them out and change them out, and if you don't send them in or you lose them, then it kind of trickles down where other people aren't getting books. So we try to make that easy enough for you. Keep everything in the envelope, put it back in the envelope, and then you'll do well. All right, so the front page you could probably do on the Monday. It's where you practice with them their first name. So I have no problem with you maybe writing it with highlighter and then having them trace it. But for kindergarten writing, we've been practicing their first name needs to start with a capital letter, and then all the other letters need to be lowercase. Okay, so you don't have to put their cubby number. I really just want them to practice forming their letters correctly. And then there you go. And if you feel like they need more practice, they can write over here. You can get lined paper, have them practice there. That is one of our standards. We work on it, but having parent follow-up is great. So here's the reading log. You don't have to do this on Monday. This could be, a Tuesday thing or a Wednesday thing, but don't wait until the last minute, okay? It says, initial that you read together each night and draw a picture of one of your stories. So this will change. So sometimes I'll ask about the character, sometimes I'll ask about the setting, or one detail or fact. So just this week, it's just draw a picture of one of the stories. So that's where I get to the books. Okay, so I've taken my books out of the classroom, or books that people have donated, or I've purchased through Scholastic, and I've provided a handful of books that are appropriate for their attention span right now. Okay, so these books cannot be read by them yet. They don't know how to read. So maybe towards Christmas time you might start seeing your child read, but it's really something that you're going to have to read with them. So you can read all of them at once if they have the attention span. If they don't, just read one, and maybe look for sight words. So for example, in these books, you can find sight words like that after you've read. All right, and read. Okay, and reading them with them, lap time is better than, sitting with an iPad, right? So then after, you've read a couple of the books, they can pick their favorite one and then draw a picture that goes along with it. And each night you read, you initial. Now, do you have to use these books? No. If you have books at home that they love, then that's great. But this is something that, it's accountability. And when you read with your child, they are hearing language, they're hearing intonation and speed. And it's just important for them to hear somebody read out loud with them besides their teacher. So, and that needs to be in color as well. So then, if you turn to the next page, we have the days. Now, sometimes it doesn't line up, like we'll have like a Monday missing or, a random day missing from the week. Just, try and make it up. You don't have to. And what I don't want is for your child to do all their work on Monday and then be done with it. Because, like I said, we're practicing habits. We want, a special place in the house for homework. We want special materials for homework. And we don't want them to just rush through it. Okay? So, you would sit down maybe after reading the book and practicing the name, you would sit down and do Monday's homework. All right? And so each section has directions on what to do. And so I can always tell when a kid has just been like put off and, hey, do this all by yourself, because most of the time it comes back wrong. Sometimes I get like big sticky notes of a parent explaining that they didn't understand what to do, and that's okay. If you do have a question, I will try and answer it on the Facebook page for you guys, but it's not a big deal. I'm not grading the homework. I'm just grading that it was done, and it was done with pride, okay? I'll have a rubric that I attach to it to show you guys what I'm looking for. But, don't stress too much if you have one or two wrong. It's not a grade. It's just practicing. Okay, so it says trace the shapes and draw more of your own. So this is where you just, hey, Bobby, what shape is that? And then, they would say, oh, it's a square. Okay, well, let's practice drawing the square. And so you want to make sure that they're drawing, straight lines. And then, and maybe talk about your tricks of drawing them. You can kind of see the outline when you get there. They don't have to be perfect, okay? Please don't do their homework for them, okay? I want to see the child's work on there, okay? And then it says rhyming words sound the same at the end. Which two words rhyme? So have your child say them out loud. Bat, apple, or hat, apple, bat, hat, bat. And so then you can either color them or circle them. All of the pictures are going to have to be colored because that's part of their homework, okay? And then it says write the number correctly across the line. Start from the top. And we have a little rhyme where we say, we start our letters at the top, 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 not the bottom, 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 or the middle, middle, middle. All right, so there we go. And then once they're done doing the pencil work, you want to get the crayons out and, just talk about appropriate colors. Like, would an apple be turquoise? No. Okay. An apple could be red or green or yellow or a mix. It doesn't matter what they pick as long as it's something that you would see in real life. Okay. And so that's, the comprehension piece that we're looking for. Okay. And just, being prideful about our work and taking time to care, because it's fun in kindergarten. You don't want them to already feel like, I'm doing this wrong. All right. And so, we just do our best. Okay. And if they make a mistake, it's okay. All right. But we don't want them to not care about making mistakes. So just, be sure to reinforce that as well. Okay. And so if you really want that turquoise, that's my favorite color, I'm going to put it on the hat, because hats can come in any color. So if they're really focused on that color, let them do the things that are clothing or bows or whatever. Okay, so once you're done with that, okay, flip through and look at the rest of the homework and just kind of like look ahead and see if there's anything else. A set is something that you would count. So down here it says color the correct number in the set. There's 2 in that set, so you wouldn't color in that. 1, there's 2. So you'd color these 2. You'd leave those blank. All right, you color the number 1. But if you keep on going, at the end, there's a game. Now, I don't need the game back, but a sure show that you didn't do the game is if the game is still attached and it's not cut out. Okay, so here it's a skill that we've been talking about, we've been practicing. So you could cut these out, you could do it, or watch your child with scissors and see how they are, because we've got some, weak hand muscles, and this is just like a really great workout for them. Have them cut these out and then play the matching game with them. And put them in a baggie next week or the week after. The rest of the alphabet's going to come home, so you can mix them up and ask them what letter this is. We're reviewing all of that, but the summer happened, so we forgot a lot of those things. So it's not that big of a deal right now, but maybe in a month they should be able to match them all with ease. Okay, and so then when your child's all done with their homework, you put everything back in the folder, okay, and you put the books back, and I believe 4, Miss Carilla, 4 are in each. Okay, look around, try not to, lose them in the car or whatever, because poor Miss Carrillo, she scrambles to find books for the next kid to read. And then it goes to school on Friday. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and I'm looking forward to see Prideful homework come back from home.